Honestly, I asked a question in chat a couple months back, and your feelings towards Dynamic Q, you said you surprisingly enjoyed it. What has changed since then? Well, a couple things. One, it was in the short term. Like, in the short term, a lot of things seem better than they are until you consider the big picture. Like, when I first started playing Dynamic Q, I thought it was fun because I could finally play with my friends. It was kind of like rank 5s, except, you know, people cared about it for a little bit. People were like, oh man, this is amazing. Like, you get solo queue, but you can play with your friends. And people care about the ladder and the standings. This is great, because now I have an advantage. And wait, I have an advantage? And you really start thinking about it, and you're like, wait, the ladder doesn't mean as much, because if I play with my friends, and they're good at the game, and we're just beating up on, like, players playing by themselves, how does that make it fair in the standings? You start thinking about it, and you're like, wait, that isn't fair. So, if you play with your friends, and they're good, you have a significantly higher chance of beating players that are just playing by themselves. Ooh. So then you start thinking, okay, well that kind of fucks up the ladder a little bit. And then you think about it a little bit more and you're like, ooh, this actually helps ELO boosters too. So that makes the ladder a little bit worse. Oh man, ELO boosters love this. They can boost with their other boosters and boost 5 accounts at a time and almost guaranteed victories. Huh, that kind of hurts the ladder. So in the short term, it was great because I was just like, oh man, this is fun. It's almost like one of those game modes where it's like Hexakill or Earth mode. It's like in the short term, you know, a day of playing it, you're like, oh, this is great. And then a week goes by and you're like, Earth mode's kind of boring. And then you look and check and there's no other mode. It's just Earth mode. That's the only thing left. And you're like, wait, where did everything else go? And Riot's like, nah, we decided that Earth mode was the way that we want League to be played, and we removed every other game mode, every other map. This is just how you're going to have to play from now. And you're like, wait, well, I enjoyed Earth mode, but I also liked everything else. Why can't I have both? And they're like, nope. See, when we envisioned the other game modes, they were just like leading us up until Earth mode. And then once we reached Earth mode, we decided that everything else just didn't matter. Like solo queue just wasn't a good representation of the game. You just have to play Earth mode now. And then everyone else is like, wait, I mean, Earth mode's cool and all, but I don't want to do it all the time. And then Riot's like, no, you have to, because this is what we think is best for you. And you're like, well, how do you know what is best for me when I'm telling you that I want this? No, see, we have these statistics, and these statistics tell us that you want this. But I don't want that. No, you do. Because this pie chart. And you're like, but okay. And then that's dynamic queue. So substitute Earth mode for dynamic queue in that, and that's why I originally started off like, oh hey, dynamic queue is kind of cool, and then we got fucked. So that was the TLDR. That was a really good question though, because I did start off like liking dynamic queue. But it's once you know, it was like in the short term, like it was like new and it was fresh and it was shiny, and you forgot about solo queue being removed. Well, actually, no, we didn't forget about it. Riot was like, don't worry, this is shiny, this is new. Solo queue is gonna come back. We have solo queue coming back. And then you like in the background, you see them like slitting the throat of solo queue and like throwing them in a dumpster. And you're promised that solo queue will come back, and no, it won't. So the reason why we were okay with dynamic queue is because we were still promised solo queue. We were like, this is cool and all, you know, this is great in the short term, but there's just, that was it. That's just all I'm gonna say about it.